So now what I want to do is change these colors just a little bit. So the way I'm going to do that is I'm actually going to use this white crayon, and you'll notice it doesn't have paper on it, so I'm going to use it on its side, and I'm going to just run it along here to create lighter areas. So I can sort of tilt it too if I want lines to be on there in the sky, and I can even do some of that down here just to change up the way things look back there. Now what I want to do is I want to start actually working on the sunflower. So I'm going to start with the center part. That is where the seeds for the sunflower are, and they're actually pretty dark when they're in the middle there. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to take this black piece of paper, and I want to make at least 2 sunflowers. So I'm going to take it, and we know a strategy for making 2 of something. If I fold it in half, that will automatically give me 2 when I cut it out. So I'm going to use my white crayon, and I'm going to draw an oval somewhere on there, and I'm going to draw it pretty big, and it doesn't even have to be a perfect oval. I can make it kind of lumpy like that. So I'm going to make it almost like a little mud puddle. Next, what I need to do is I would cut out the ovals, and because I have 2 layers of paper, as long as I keep this folded together, I'm going to cut and stay on the line. And that makes it so instead of 1 shape, I actually have 2. So I'm going to cut along here. And this is 1 that would be the middle, and 2 that would be the middle. And I can decide, do I want one up high? Do I want one down low? Before I commit to gluing them down though, I'm going to make their stems and some leaves that would go along with them. So I'm going to use green paper for that. What I want to do is I actually want to tear the paper to get the effect of those. So I'm going to take it, and here I can actually tear a little faster because I want to create strips of paper. So I'm going to tear and pull this way. And if you need to go slow or if you need to use your hand, that strategy seemed to work pretty well for us. But also try to make like those, that was a kind of skinny one. I'm going to go a little thicker this time. Let me see how that looks. I'm going to turn it the other way. Try turning this way. All right, and once I've torn this into strips, I'm going to choose 2 of them to be stems for my sunflowers. So I think I like the way this one sort of moves, but to look like the stem, if I put it, no, that's not really doing it. I kind of like the idea of the skinny part being up top, so I'm going to turn it this way. But I think the black shape needs to overlap the green shape. Then I'm going to look at what I have. I kind of like this one going a little bit of a different way. And if I put this here and I lower it, then I have 1 up high and 1 down low. So we're going to go ahead and glue these down. What I need to do though is I need to do the stems first. So I'm going to hold the sunflower here, middle here, turn over the stem, do my dots of glue. Then I'm going to slip it back under there, or I could actually move the sunflower. That might be less tricky. Glue it so it's touching the bottom. Then I will glue this so it overlaps on there. So my dots of glue, pressing that down. So I'm going to do the same thing over here. Slide this out from under it, flip it over, glue it in place. My dots of glue. And this one, I don't want to put it in exactly the same place. I think it would be more interesting to have 1 up higher and 1 down lower. So I'm going to position it here and glue that down. Now I have lots of extra pieces of this green paper, so you guys are probably thinking those would make good leaves. So if I take this and I tear it, if I placed 1 here and maybe 1 here, that looks like leaves coming off of there, so I could do the same thing here. So you're going to go ahead and tear those. This looks a little more like a rectangle, so if I get rid of this piece, then it's a little pointier, more like a leaf. And then this one. So I'm going to go ahead and glue those down. All right? So you guys will do that part, and then we will talk about doing the flower petals.